I'm Sydney and welcome to my Flock and Squawk. Valentine's Day is around the corner, so I am going to try my hand at making something I've never made before, gnocchi and vodka sauce. So, well, that's actually two things, but I decided why not try something new? It's the color red. Who doesn't love pasta? So, you know, kind of a Valentine's Day-esque thing. And, you know, let's just try our hand at it together. First up, I'm going to get a pot ready for the gnocchi, which is just going to be water and salt. This I'm going to have started just so it's at the ready when we need it. And it takes quite a while to heat up a pot this large. So, pot of water, some salt, lid, and so that has gotten going. This is a bowl of potatoes for later when we actually make the gnocchi, but let's get started on that sauce. I've adjusted the camera a little so you can see. This is the pot that I'm going to start the sauce in, and I'm going to just turn it on to about medium. We are going to do about 2 tablespoons-ish of butter. And I'm just going to let this melt, and then we're going to add in some garlic. Alright, so the butter is melted. We are going to add in some garlic. About 3 cloves worth, but I'm just going to eyeball it. That seems healthy to me. And we're just going to let this go for a little bit. Make sure that it is fragrant. And mine seems a bit warm. But now, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. We're just going to break this up and kind of toast it a little bit. It kind of smells like pizza in here. So now that this is at this point, where it's kind of like shifted color slightly, I'm going to add in my can of tomato sauce. This is a 15-ounce can. I'm just going to add that in. Gonna mix. Gonna turn it a little lower just so it feels safe. My pot's a little overkill, but it helps with the splatter and the fact that we're going to be adding in the vodka. So we are just going to add about 1/4 cup. Our 1/4 cup. We're going to add that in. We are going to add some crushed red chili flakes also. Some salt. And some pepper. Stir this up. So while my sauce simmers for a little bit, or our sauce simmers for a bit, let's make the gnocchi. So, in a quick ASMR update, I will show you how I got to this point, but if you want to skip it, go ahead. It's just boiled potatoes. Boiled mashed potatoes. Now that you're back from that ASMR segment, or if you skipped ahead, I've got my potatoes that are cooled, I have flour, and I have 1 egg, and we are going to turn that into gnocchi. So let's adjust the camera and then we will get to making. I'm just now realizing I don't have any eggs. Shit. I just called my mom and she's gonna grab eggs. I completely forgot that she hard-boiled all of them. So I'll see you in a second when I have an egg. Alright, I'm back with a slightly different camera angle so you can hopefully see this the best. Still have water boiling. I've got an egg that I'm going to crack and whisk first. Alright, so basis of gnocchi is pretty simple and straightforward. 1 beaten egg to 1 pound of potato to 1 cup of flour. So what I'm going to do is get my cup of flour and on this cutting board as my work surface, I'm going to pour out kind of most of it. Get my hands coated, spread it out a bit for our pound of cooked potato. And I'm going to just gently put it on top. And this potato wants to go everywhere. And then I'm going to smush it down a little. Add more flour. We're going to save our fork for later, for the actual shaping. But we're going to make a little bit of a well. And we're going to add our egg. So, need to adjust you slightly. But here, you can't quite see the egg well, but that is what we are working with. And we're just going to gently tuck, tuck, tuck. And we are going to knead until this is a nice, consistent dough. Right, so we have our dough here, and yeah, we are going to form the gnocchi themselves. So I've got just sort of in a round, and I'm going to quarter it. And then take each, I'm gonna move some aside so you can see. Take each little extra flour. We are going to roll this out. Just then cut them. So what you see me doing is cutting them with my bench knife, which might be a little hard to see, but it has measurements along the bottom. So I was just using that to help make them semi-uniform. And then what you're supposed to do is be able to just imprint them like store-bought. So I'm gonna use my fork and add the little oops on all of them, and then we will finish the sauce, cook the gnocchi, and dinner will be served. Alright, so all my gnocchi has been made and shaped, as you saw, and I just have it in a bowl. The water is hot, but I'm going to finish this sauce with you, so I'm going to pull you in a little closer. All we have to do now is essentially add the heavy cream, add the cheese, add basil, season to taste, let it simmer a little bit longer. So let's just move you in a little closer. I brought it back up to more of a simmer because I turned it down while I was making the gnocchi. Here, let's just add the cream. This is half a cup of cream, and we are going to get it up to temperature. Look how beautiful it is already. The cream just changes the color from that very vibrant red to more of a creamy, almost orange color. And then we are going to add in some basil. Fresh would be nice, but since I don't have fresh, I'm just going to use this freeze-dried. I'm just gonna eyeball it a bit. Just add this in. We're going to let it just hang out for a little bit and then add the cheese. And we are going to finish off this gnocchi. So water is boiling. I'm going to take off the lid. And we are going to put the gnocchi straight in. My water is already salted, but we are just going to So all the gnocchi is in the pot of boiling water, and the gnocchi, you'll know, are done. It takes like 2, maybe 3 minutes, but you'll know that they are done when they start to float, and then we can use something like this, the spider, to skim them off the top. And I'm just going to grab the serving dishes. So once these are done, I'm going to just put them straight in serving dishes, and we are going to turn our sauce pretty much basically off and add in the cheese. It sounds definitely hot enough. Spitting. So our half a cup of parm. And we are just going to mix this in. Going to let the spoon cool just a tiny bit and take a taste. That tastes pretty good. I'm just going to add a touch more pepper. My sauce has a little bit of a kick thanks to the red pepper flakes that I put in earlier, but if you don't want like that sort of kick or taste, then just omit it. But here you have gnocchi and vodka sauce. I'll do some glamour shots, but thank you so much for watching, and I hope you flock and squawk again with me sometime. I occasionally do cooking videos, and I plan on learning how to make standard pasta in the different shapes. So if you want to stick around for that, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you flock and squawk again with me sometime. Comment down below if you've tried this, what you like, what your favorite shape of pasta is, and bye!